Hey everyone, it's Steve again for another midweek challenge at noon on Wednesday, and I'm glad you're here. I'm coming to you actually kind of sick today. Past few days I've had the mother of all colds and allergies at the same time, but I'm on the mend, but my voice kind of sounds funny, but I'm kind of funny anyway. But I'm glad you're here on a rainy day in Houston. Houston we've needed the rain, so I'm glad for it. It's exciting. Now, some of you may be saying, Steve, you're in Houston, but is that a Dallas Cowboys shirt you're wearing? Why, yes, it is. I got to confess, I love Houston. Houston's the energy capital of the world. It's got the best medical district in the world. I love my church, Cypress Crossings Christian Church, way up on the northwest side. But you know what? I grew up in northern Texas where the Dallas Cowboys are everything. Hey, Crystal. But some people would say that, the Dallas Cowboys are part of my fallen nature or whatever. But what about you? Do you have a favorite NFL team? Put it in the comments there, and we'll talk about that. I love the Cowboys, but I'm going to be honest, I'm not very much in love with Ezekiel Elliott today. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Elliott is a phenomenal running back, and he had a 4-year contract worth about $25 million with a signing bonus of about $16 million. But that wasn't good enough for him. So for the past few months, or leading up to the beginning of the regular season, Elliott said, not good enough for me. So he went to Mexico and did his own training camp down there. And he was holding off because he wanted to be the highest running back in the NFL. Well, he finally got what he wanted, $90 million to do his deal. Now, a lot of us would say, Steve, I wouldn't do that. I would be happy for, $25 million. And, I understand that, but let's think about it. Really? When I think about Elliott, part of it is just, man, you're being selfish. Part of it is, Elliott, you're giving a terrible example to young people. The example says screen and wine and you can get whatever you want. But the big thing for me is that Elliott was putting himself before the team. Everybody else was showing up for practice. Dak Prescott, the quarterback, he's got a contract that's coming up as well. But he said, I'm going to put the team first. And again, a lot of us would say, man, I'd be happy for $25 million. I'd never do that. But think about it. When do we really put others first, and when do we really put ourselves before the team? Think about the relationships that we're in. Think about marriages. Think about all the different fights and tensions we have in marriages because we're putting ourselves first. Think about everything that's going on in our culture today in politics, and it's all about what is the culture going to give to me? What are politicians going to give to me? What can I do to get my needs met? Let's also think about the church. Let's think about the church. How many church fights do we have because of it's a real doctrinal issue, or we're just not getting what we want? We're not getting the program that we want. We're not getting the music that we want. We're not getting the sermons, the services, or whatever that we want. And it reminds me again and again, coming back to Jesus Christ, not some kind of religion, but Jesus. Jesus was the Son of God, and he proved that by rising again from the grave. But this is what Jesus said in Mark chapter 10, for even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. Did you catch that? Jesus came to serve. And I'm thinking about the Apostle Paul. Later on in Philippians chapter 2, Paul said this, for everyone looks out for their own interest, not those of Jesus Christ. Not those of Jesus Christ. So are you tracking? The challenge this week is for us to step back and remember what Jesus did for us, and then also take, a reality check. Are we looking out for our own interest, but the interest of others? It reminds me, when I was in high school, Janet Jackson had this song that came out with the tagline, just question, what have you done for me lately? Folks, that's the question of the challenge today. What have you done for someone else? let's not think about what your spouse has or has not done. Let's not think about what the government has or has not done. Let's not think about what anyone else has or has not done. The challenge this week is to have a reality check, to be still and think, am I looking out for my own interest or the interest of others? That's the challenge this week. Now, before you go, guess what? I got another free code. That's right. A lot of you know that last year I wrote a book, Confessions, Finding Hope Through One Pastor's Doubt. So here's what I'm going to do. The first two people, who will either direct message me here or Facebook message me or email me and say, dude, I want the code. I will send you to a code where you can get a download of the Audible version of Confessions, because I want you to have it. I think that's going to encourage a lot of people. But again, the challenge this week is to think, what am I doing for the interest of others? And let that be a challenge to you that week. So again, as always, if you like what you're seeing, like it, share it, follow the Kingdomology blog. In short, be strong. We'll see you again next week.